I'm seeing a lot on the side to talk about the Tarte trip drama. And me and Manny kind of talked about why we want to lay off. Okay, there's a couple reasons we want to lay off the Tarte stuff. Because one, Tarte loves it. I'm just kidding. But no, it's like the more there's always drama surrounding every Tarte trip ever. Even back in 100 years ago, before AD, whenever we would go.
Yes. There was always drama happening on the Tarte trips. It's not like a completely...
So it's starting to give, I don't know. It gives them so much press. It's unreal.
No, it's crazy. It's like actually wild. And it's like...
And we weren't there. So it's kind of like interesting because last time when we talked about it, we had Monet who was there.
Yes.
And so we weren't there. So it's kind of like a thing that we're just gossiping about at that point.
Totally. And the thing is like, so I did a TikTok and I was talking about the Tarte situation. And I was just kind of like I think for us, it's a different perspective, right? Because we've been on Tarte trips and I want to give incentive to people, not even incentive. I want to just give feedback to creators whenever things like kind of happen. Cause I'm like, if you guys just treat it like it's a business trip and not just a for fun trip, things like this wouldn't really happen.
Yeah.
You wouldn't feel like so personally connected to the brand or people. It's like, babe, it's a work trip.
And, it's a free trip to Turks and Caicos.
So it's a little like...
It's a sticky area. Because there are people out there who can't buy groceries for their children and they can't pay their rent. So it's hard for us to... I don't know, like it's a free fucking trip. You know what I mean?
No, it's free! It's free. And the thing is, like, I and Laura can be like so understanding of creators and their feelings because
we've been there. Maybe we crawled so they could be on these trips and run.
Honey, we've been there.
We helped invent the influencer.
And the thing is, it is hard because it's so natural to compare. It's very natural. And the thing is, once you stop comparing and once you realize what it actually is, which is a work trip.
It's business.
It's business. That all like kind of goes away. Like we don't really feel like that interpersonal anger or like that, like, well, why did I get that? Because they got that. It's like
Daniel's talking shit in here.
What's Daniel saying? Hold on. Daniel, wait.
Right here.
It's a free. It's free. It's for if it's free, it's for me.
If it's free.
So that's kind of what we really all have to say about it. I'm like, at the end of the day, you just have to remember that. All influencers that they're doing that, if they see that, just remember it's a work trip. It's not for fun trip. It is fun, but it's for work. And they're bringing you for a reason.
They're bringing you for a reason.
You're an asset.
You're an asset to them. It's a job.
And it's also a privilege to go.
It is such a privilege.
At the end of the day, it is a privilege.
It is such a privilege.
They don't have to invite you. They don't have to ask you to go. And so it is a privilege to be invited. And even if you might have, not as great of an experience as someone else, it's still a privilege to go. And brands see you as an asset and someone that is valuable. Like you have to remember that. There's value. Everyone that's there has value.
Yep. Everyone that's there has value. You're all valuable. If you're there, the brand sees you as value. And not only that, we and Manny were at an event last night. We had several smaller creators come up to us feeling different types of ways about
all them being like, are y'all gonna talk about Tarte?
Literally, everyone. Like, y'all need to talk about it. But we're like, we weren't there.
We've already talked about it too.
They were like, they could literally put me in a dumpster on Turks and Caicos and I would be so grateful for a brand to even notice me, so it is levels of perspective. There's levels of perspective to it.
I think at the end of the day, just if you're an influencer that feels slighted by it, just remember that it is a business and they're doing things because they're doing what's best for their business. And for you, don't feel as personally attacked by it or feel personally slighted because it's not a personal thing as much.
Yes,
it is really like they see you as an asset. They see you as someone who can benefit their brand in short term and in long term.
You're there to sell their product.
At the end of the day,
that's what you're there
brand
for.
Trip's about.
You're there to sell their product. So
that's just tea, and that's just kind of the tea.
And
that's the end. Everyone's literally like, yeah. From what I saw slightly, it's like, yeah.
Hi, welcome to my soul tribe. My name is Miriam Rose. If you like this video, please make sure to subscribe, set your bell on all, like, comment and share, as I really appreciate all of your support. Now let's get on with the video. So everyone is talking about the Turks and Caicos Tarte brand trip. Here's an influencer who feels that she got slighted. Let's see what she had to say.
So I was supposed to be going on a Tarte trip and I was going to be leaving tomorrow to go to Formula One in Miami, and I decided that I'm not going to go. I've just been really upset today because even before I'm getting to this trip, I'm realizing that I'm not going to be treated like everyone else there. I would love to go on a Tarte trip, and trust me, I'm so grateful, but I have more integrity than to get all the way to Miami and realize that I'm being treated like a second-tier person or like I'm being ranked. It just feels like a sorority situation, and I'm not doing that shit. I don't care if this means that I no longer have a relationship with the Tarte team, but I don't agree with how they're doing this. So the actual race is on Sunday the 7th. I was invited to come out from the 4th to the 6th. But initially in the email, it said something about being front row May 7th at the race. So once I realized my flights didn't align with the actual race, I asked them about it and they said, oh, don't worry, you'll still get to see like the practice races and stuff. But I have some friends that are going on the trip and I asked them when they were leaving and they all said they were leaving Monday and I was the only one leaving Saturday. So I just feel a little stupid. And I understand that my numbers are not like some of these other creators, but I just wish that there was more transparency up front. And I also, I have a screenshot of what was said at the beginning of our email thread. So I guess I misunderstood. But either way, I know that Cynthia had a similar experience, and I just don't like that this is happening to people who want to be a part of these Tarte trips. And personally, I don't get why, if they're going to do these trips, they don't just treat everyone the same. I have worked too hard to get to where I am today, and I will be damned as a Black creator if I accept anything other than equal treatment on these trips. And yes, Tarte can do whatever the fuck they want to do. Yes, they can.
After the TikToker uploaded her video, she got a lot of backlash, as people in the comments were saying that she was being ungrateful, and apparently she felt that she had to take down the video because she felt bad because of all the backlash that she received. Now let's see what Maureen Kelly, the CEO of Tarte Cosmetics, had to say.
Let's spill the tea on Tarte Island Season 1. I grew Tarte Cosmetics to be $1.5 billion, and here are 3 things you would never guess. 1, I started it on credit cards. 2, I almost went out of business 3 separate times. And 3, I had no business or makeup experience at all when I started it.
And here is her apology video.
I woke up pretty sad this morning and I wanted to talk to you guys about a couple of things. We've had our share of mistakes and I definitely want to take responsibility for them. But sometimes miscommunications happen. You know, I see my team working so hard and I just want to clear the air on a couple of things. We have been hosting trips with creators for well over a decade, and the biggest thing to me, like the most important takeaway, is that they have fun. It's not about the actual post. Anyone that's been on a trip with me can definitely attest to that for sure. It's important. I want people to be happy. I want them to have a good time. It's just like in my nature. In my experience growing up in a house of 7 with a lot of siblings, I just love having a lot of people around. So, you know, when I go on vacations, I'm just very much like a more the merrier type of person. So when you're going on a trip in a house, not every room can be the same. And for me, I valued having, you know, more people there as opposed to just having just a few people, a handful of people, and having them just be in the big rooms and having the small rooms be empty. And this weekend we're going to F1 and I wasn't thinking about what's going on at the track. I was just thinking, how can we get the most people to just have this fabulous experience? So we made a plan for everyone to have one day at the racetrack, one really nice dinner, and one really fun night at the club. So everybody was coming for the same amount of time, and I was really excited to hang out with so many, you know, really cool creators. And every day had a mix of big creators and up and coming creators, and nothing was decided based on the follower count. I mean, I wish I had the amount of followers that these creators had. And I thought we were gonna hang out at the VIP cabanas and really just enjoy that weekend. But it turns out that people really wanted to go to, you know, that Sunday race. It was important to them. And I realized that the things that were important to me are maybe not important to everybody else. So the team and I quickly adjusted. We got a ton of extra tickets. And so everybody can go to whichever day that they want. I'm all about lifting up others and making people feel good. So I couldn't imagine making someone feel sad or, you know, just like hurting someone's feelings. Even though I was feeling a little bummed, a lot of you sent me really nice messages. You guys are the freaking best. It's gonna be a great weekend. No hard feelings to anyone. And
I don't know what everyone else is thinking, but I believe that Maureen Kelly's apology video was sweet and sincere. So treat it as a business venture, plus you get a free trip. You get to have fun, you have to fulfill your obligations to the brand, in this case Tarte, and post on social media a certain amount of products and all kinds of clips. Interestingly, in this brand trip, influencers that were chosen were all TikTokers. And is it my imagination, or have the influencers become younger? Maybe not, since TikTok is geared mostly towards the Gen Z generation. So the way an influencer is being treated on those trips purely depends on their subscriber numbers, and at the end of the day it is a privilege to get invited and to go. So if you stay till the end of the video, then you get a little treat. Last night there were 2 baby possums sleeping on a branch in my backyard, and I thought that they were very cute. So let's check them out. Thanks very much for watching. I love absolutely each and every one of you. Cosmic kisses. Till next time. Bye for now.